Well, Tina said it. He's like the Michael Jordan of American landscape and nature photography. And now Arizona Highways magazine is honoring 7 decades of David Munch.
I thought you were talking about Robert Steve for a second. The Michael Jordan of photography?
Well, yeah. I'm pretty sure David's never been compared to Michael Jordan until this very moment.
I did it. Let's all put it out there.
Said it.
And I'm sure he's flattered.
Yeah. I actually like what you said better, though.
Well, yeah, he kind of reminds us of Obi-Wan Kenobi a little bit. So.
I think that's a huge compliment.
It is, and he's got this noble dignity, and he's also like Michael Jordan.
He's like, wow, he is all the everything.
Spectrum.
But this is why we're honoring him in this issue.
Yeah, and also, yeah, I mean, he's arguably one of the greatest landscape photographers of all time. You know, all the images you see in this magazine month after month, most of them are emulating something that David pioneered somewhere along the line. And what's interesting as it relates to Arizona Highways, he's been shooting for us for parts of 7 different decades. That's a long time. So he got his first cover when he was 18, by the way.
Wow.
In the 1950s.
That's pretty impressive. So. Now, where is this? Because this is just absolutely stunning.
Yeah, this is up in Monument Valley. The issue, of course, is dedicated to him, but the bulk of it is really showcasing his photography, and this is just one of many photos we have in there. You know, snow is fairly rare up there. It happens, but it snows and then it goes. So, you know, David happened to he'll tell you he got lucky with this, but, you know, he did his homework and knew what the weather forecast was and made sure he got up there and got what he was looking for.
No, that's the location where they do all those Western movies, right?
Yeah, actually, yeah. There's a whole nother story of that I can tell you about some other time, but related to his father, who sort of started that whole thing. Oh. His father, Joseph Munch, was one of our very first photographers in the late 30s. So, and David started tagging along with his dad, and that's how he ended up in the magazine ultimately.
Oh, wow, cool. This is a very big contrast from the last picture.
Yeah, and it's also northern Arizona. This is a place called Luca Chucay. David, who lives in New Mexico, I went up and met with him as we were putting this issue together, and you know, he says that he was just driving by and decided, oh, the light looks right, and so he pulled the car over and walked out. And
wow. It's all timing. It's all timing and just having that eye for this is the moment.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Timing is everything. It's about being in the right place at the right time. Again, you can do your homework, kind of understand what the potential might be, but you know, you have to be in the right place at the right time.
Now we head over to one of my favorite places in Arizona, Sedona.
Yeah, this is a really remarkable place for sure. Beautiful this time of year too. I was just up there this weekend and the leaves are starting to change. This is a shot of Cathedral Rock actually reflecting in Oak Creek. So again, he's very technically savvy, of course, so he knew what he had to do to get that reflection.
Well, that is just so gorgeous. I would never think to take the reflection.
Right.
And that's a great point.
Yeah.
He's the guy where everyone's, you know, you go up to the edge of the Grand Canyon, everyone's looking out, and he'll actually look down and look for things that can be in the foreground and maybe, you know, blur out the scenic wonder that everyone else is shooting.
And it actually is the Grand Canyon kind of what we're looking at in the next picture.
We do have a Grand Canyon shot in here. Yeah, that's perfect, boy, right on cue.
You didn't even mean that.
And that's exactly right. You know, that's a very famous shot of the river down there. It's Lava Falls, which is the most rugged of the falls on the Colorado River. And everybody kind of walks just out to the edge of those rocks and shoots the water. David stepped back a little bit and really made the photo about those beautiful rocks there in the foreground. And you still get the canyon and the river in the background, but did it a little differently.
Yeah.
Now everybody does it that way.
Right.
Well,
but he was the first.
Very cool. I think we have one more photo, and I actually have a question about this one.
Yes.
So once we put it up. Double exposure. What does that exactly mean when we're looking at this?
Yeah, photograph? This shot here, it's actually 2 different photos, and you can do that in a dark room and double expose it. So what he did is and you can't quite see it in the way this is cropped here, but Bob O'Kivery is the peak in the background there, and that's just not too far from your viewers are certainly familiar with it. And then he also shot saguaros, so it's basically laying one photo over another photo, and it's something that if you did it in Photoshop today, people would scream and go berserk about how you're, you know, destroying the image. But photographers have been doing this kind of thing for years. He did this, I think, in the 1960s. So.
Well, I love that your question was, what's double exposure? And mine was, what's this B word that's on my piece of paper?
Yeah,
I was
that's
like,
right.
I don't know what
That's
this
where
is.
Michael Jordan practices. He goes up on barbecue. He's got a hoop up there and just.
I totally thought that's what you were going to ask him. And I was like, no, okay. We all know what this B word is. Okay.
Barbecue. Well, my husband and I met at Danny's Barbecue. So.
Oh, okay. So you already knew.
Well,
Is
Robert.
that a bar or something?
It is a bar.
I've not heard of that. I haven't done that hike
It
yet.
was going to be more sentimental than that, but there you go. Well, the issue is absolutely stunning. The
you.
photos are stunning. We can't wait to read more about David and the other stories that will also be in the issue. So
Thanks for
thank you
having
so
me.
much.
Yeah.
We'll see you next month. And you can see more by subscribing to Arizona Highways Magazine. Just give them a call at 1-800-543-5432 or go online to arizonahighways.com.